the big headline coming in from Accenture earnings was the job cut announcement, wherein they are laying off almost 19,000 people. Now, the quantum is quite large because this makes almost 2.5% of their workforce, but the company did clarify that almost half of it will be coming in from the non-billable corporate function, which means it's not going to directly impact growth, but this is something that they're doing to optimize costs as well. Now, remember, this is something which will happen over the course of next 18 months, but this is pointing out to the fact that the companies are trying to become a lot more agile and manage their costs a lot better given the macro uncertainties. Of course, they'll be taking a huge impact of the severance cost as well as the consolidation cost, but the companies believe this is better than dealing with the pressures coming in from wage inflation as well. So remember, Accenture is not one of the first companies to do that. We have seen a slew of layoffs happen right from last year, wherein the likes of Meta as well as Amazon, Apple talked about laying off people, and there now seems to be a second round of layoffs which are happening. We recently heard about Amazon laying off around 9,000 people. There were reports coming in from Disney as well. And a lot of heat was faced by the Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg as well in one of the recent town halls against the layoff decision as well. So seems like the pressure is building up, and this is partly also on account of the fact that the calendar year 2021 and 2022 saw massive amount of hiring for the IT companies. In fact, in 1 year itself, the top 5 IT companies in India had added to the tune of around 3.5 lakh people, because the expectation was that the demand is going to be sustainable at least over the next 4 to 5 years. But now with the macro uncertainties plus what's happening with the banking collapse in the US and the European region, the companies are becoming a lot more tentative and a lot more conscious about the headcount as well. Over the last couple of quarters, we have seen that despite attrition coming off, the companies had stopped hiring, in the sense that the headcount addition was quite low. For a couple of IT companies, there was actually a negative number coming in as well when it comes to the headcount trend, and that's because they've become lot conscious in terms of the cost as well, because margins are something which is going to be under pressure, because pricing which was easily available earlier, they were able to hike prices to their customers, has now become a bit of a challenge, because consumers and customers are also becoming very conscious with respect to what they are paying. So overall, while Accenture's numbers were good and the commentary regarding demand was still resilient, there is a bit of pressure which is possible on the margin front, and that's why they've cut down their guidance for the margin, and the margin performance in Q2 was also a bit disappointing. So yes, 19,000 job cut is a huge number. But the big question to ask is, what could be the contagion effect or the ripple down effect back home, because the Indian IT companies are not very famous for laying off people. We have read a few headlines coming in from Wipro, but other than that, they're very, very conscious with respect to maintaining headcount as a key talent, as a key primary source of growth. So my expectation personally wouldn't be that we are going to see big layoffs, at least from the software companies in India. But yes, as far as fintech, new age tech is concerned, there might be another round coming.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.